Hello everyone, this is Tony Steerhard here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dale Earnhardt JR with a number 88. So, let's get on to the review of him, shall we? So, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is based off a real-life NASCAR driver, real-life former NASCAR driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. was already in the Cars universe, but he was red and he was the number 8. And this paint scheme that you're seeing right now is based off of his amp energy scheme that he raced I think back in the in the beginning of the 2010s. I don't really remember which years, but yeah, in the beginning of the 2010s, so let's just get on to how I made him. I am so sorry that I don't have any photos of the original body that I used for Dale Jr., but who I used was a spare Todd Marquez that I had. I have another one sealed, but I'm gonna open that soon. But yeah, the original one, he just looked all messed up and stuff. So I decided to paint him into the original Lightning McQueen from the 2005 Cars movie trailer. But I didn't like that scheme on the diecast, mostly because of the decals. So I decided to repaint him white. He kind of looked like the Mac iCar without the decals. I'm not gonna lie. And I used a paint marker and I painted the front and the roof of him green just to make him accurate to the amp energy car. And I downloaded some physical sponsors and his famous 88. And for the top right, I used a Tacklement logo because, not gonna lie, to me it kind of looks similar to the Mountain Dew logo. And then the bottom I used Sergeant Surplus Hut because the National Guard and Sergeant Surplus Hut are both military themed. And after doing that, I was thinking, maybe I should make a Dale Earnhardt Jr. but with the National Guard livery. And the obvious sponsor I'm gonna use is Sergeant Surplus Hut. But anyways, let's keep talking about him. And here we have the back. Nothing really going on much there. It's just the tail lights, his black spoiler and the black stripe, and some painted, whatever those are called, rivets or something that holds the spoiler in place. Oh yeah, and here's the other side. It's the same thing like the other one. And here's the number 88 again, but in white. And on the back it says Sergeant Surplus Hut, just like his real life car with the amp energy with National Guard in the back. And speaking of amp energy, the sponsor that I use is RPM. Yeah, I use RPM and I ended up going with RPM energy because both of them are 3-letter words. Well, RPM, I think it's a word, but you just say all 3 letters at once. And yeah, for his sponsor, just like Greg Burnout's sponsor, I used the AI for his sponsor, which is kind of lazy of me. But here's a reason why sometimes I use AI for the sponsors. Well, to create the sponsors. One reason why I use AI for some of the sponsors is because I search up the original logo and see what kind of font they use, and it doesn't show. So I use ChatGPT to make the sponsors. But the other sponsors, for the Cone Depot, Slows, the Waxy, for Tony Steerhard, Jimmy John Spin, Danacar Speed Trick, McQueen's for Jamie McQueen, all of those, I find the font and I actually edit it. So yeah, some sponsors are AI generated and the other ones I edit them myself. So yeah, please don't cancel me, please. And here he is to his real life counterpart. His the car on the left has the spoiler of the car tomorrow, and the one on the right is the Cars 1 spoiler, the flat one, kind of like McQueen has. And here he is again next to his real life counterpart. Not gonna lie, they look cool together, you know what I'm saying. And then on the roof, here it comes. They look similar, but the big difference is that one says National Guard and the other one says Sergeant Surplus Hut and RPM energy and amp energy. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it talking about the custom of Dale Earnhardt Jr. So anyways, let's get on to the conclusion already. Alright. And that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.